I'm drunk as hell.
Just in case. Just in case.
Hello, faggot lovers everywhere. I've a message for you from Birdseye. Birdseye faggots will appeal to your whole family.
Steady as she goes, dude, and crank up those tunes.
It comes in denim. It comes in denim. It comes in denim.
I'm caffeinated. I'm beamed up right now.
Good morning, everybody. How y'all doing? Welcome to the DSP Morning Show. It is Wednesday, the 19th of August, 2026. How's everyone doing? I hope that you're all doing well and you are ready to chill and have a good time here on the channel. I'm just reorganizing stuff a little bit here. How is everyone this morning? Welcome, welcome. It's going to be a nice, chill, fun day of variety and good vibes and stuff here on DSPGaming. And I hope that you're doing well. Interesting things going on with YouTube and stuff. First off, so since we have people talking about it in the YouTube side chat, all right, I think I should bring it up right away. I guess in the last couple of days, the way that the YouTube experience system in chat has worked has changed. So from what I'm going to understand how this works is if you're attending a YouTube live stream and you're watching live, it accumulates this certain amount of experience points just for watching, okay? Also, if you contribute to the stream in any way, if you do like a super chat or a membership, it gives you these experience points, okay? And you might say, well, what does that mean? Really nothing. If you take a look right now at the YouTube chat live, there's a couple people that says crown number 1, crown number 2, okay? Does it mean anything? No, not really. I guess all it means is that you're the most engaged person in chat for that stream or whatever. But I don't actually think it does much. Like, I don't think you get anything for it. There is a leaderboard for it, and I've left that on for those who wanted to look at it. It is a feature, I think, in the chat. But to my knowledge, I don't think anyone's ever really, like, competed to be number 1 experience pointer person on a YouTube stream, nor do I really think that it really does anything, right? Also, it doesn't carry over. Like, it's only for a particular stream that this applies, and then next stream it starts from 0, right? So that's why I've barely ever mentioned this. I think they enabled it like earlier this year or something like that. I mean, even in last year, I don't even remember. But you notice I never really, bring it up. It does seem to be a pay-to-win system where if you contribute with a super chat or membership, you get an insane amount of these experience points, and then boom, you're top of the leaderboard. Wow, big deal. It doesn't mean anything, you know? It doesn't apply really to anything. So that's why I never bring it up. But I guess there's been a change because people were saying it seems like it's different now. It's slower or something. I don't know, but that's why I never bring up that system, because I don't really think that competing in chat to be number 1 experience pointer and playing favorites and stuff in chat is probably not in my best interest or anyone's, honestly. But hey, if you want to participate in that system, go for it. But I don't know what's just changed recently. I have no idea if it's slower, if it counts differently or whatever. I don't even know if any YouTubers really care about that system. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. So that's number 1, a weird thing going on YouTube with this experience point system. But the other thing, and this is something that I wanted to bring up a day or two ago and I completely forgot about it, is that YouTube sent out a notice to all creators, everyone who uses YouTube, and said that they have decided, in their infinite wisdom, to change the way that YouTube counts views on videos and streams. Now, what does that mean? Well, historically, back in the day, YouTube used to actually count views just simply because someone clicked on a video. It wouldn't matter if you watched 1 second, 10 seconds, a minute, an hour. No matter how long you watched, that counted as 1 view. Okay? If you watched 10 seconds and you closed the video, and then you came back later in the day and you resumed, that counted as 2 views. Okay? Very straightforward. That's how it used to be back in the day. And things were a lot different, let me tell you. It was, because a lot of contracts and revenue was based off of views, not off of engagement or percentile of a video watched. It was based off of raw views. I myself had a contract with Machinima, the partner network, when they used to exist, where it was, I forget exactly the amount. It was like a certain amount of money per a certain amount of 1,000 views or something like that. Maybe it was like $2 for 1,000 views or $1 for 2,000 views. I can't remember, but that's what the contract used to be. Okay. Then all of a sudden, one day, YouTube, without telling anyone, said, we're changing the way that views count. We no longer are going to count just someone is watching a video or stream. Instead, we have this algorithm that will run and will analyze a view to see if it's a real view. What does that mean? It means they're going to see how engaged you are in the video. So you have to click on the video and watch it for a certain percentile of time. And once you click that certain percentile, that counts as a view. Also, if someone just clicks on a video and skims through and closes it, you never get a view for it. You only get a view if someone actually sits and watches your video for a certain length without skipping around. Okay? Now, for someone like me, it actually massively affected me. I want you to think about why. Oh, Phil uploaded a new video of Dark Souls 2 today. Click on it. Okay, beginning's boring. Let me skip ahead. Skip to the middle. There's no boss fight. I was looking for a boss fight. Skip to the end. Oh, no boss fight. All right, forget it. And they close the video. So maybe they've watched 20, 30 seconds of my video, but they skimmed through. I don't get a view. I'm serious. I don't get a view. I don't get paid. Nothing, right? Nothing for that. Well, that's nice. And the problem is with my videos, since they're all raw gameplay, most people don't engage with that kind of video as they would a video that's of a particular subject matter. You know what I'm saying? Like right now, if I put out a 10-minute video and it's about a certain topic, people will engage with it way more than a 1 hour long raw gameplay video. So my views, when they made this change, plummeted. I was getting ridiculous amounts of views every month, and all of a sudden overnight, no views are counting. All of a sudden, overnight, there used to be big videos that I had on YouTube, like Spider-Man Web of Shadows and stuff like that, playthroughs from back in the day, that every month would bring in tens of thousands of views. It went from 10,000 views to 0. So this algorithm that they created screwed over creators like me. It didn't affect everyone. Basically, people who made video essays or targeted videos with a topic, edited videos, they all benefited from this change. But I lost an insane amount of views as a result. Now, the truth is, views do not equate to revenue on YouTube. It's actually the truth. It has nothing to do with that. It has to do with that engagement factor, because in order for you to get paid for, say, ad revenue for a video or whatever, you need to have that engagement. If someone just clicks on your video and an ad never plays, you're not going to get paid anyway. So to be honest, someone who clicked on a video, skimmed through, never stopped, and then closed it, I wasn't going to make money on that view anyway, so does it really matter if it's counted or not? Not really. However, there's a few things here that hurt a creator. For example, if you're going to be looked at for a potential partnership, for a potential sponsorship, people want to look at your overall views, and if your views aren't that great, then they're going to say, oh, well, you suck. You don't have any views or engagement, so I don't want to give you a sponsorship opportunity. That's number one. Number two, when people look at you compared to your peers. So for example, someone right now who's a YouTuber who makes targeted content, meaning 3 times a week they upload a video. Each video is highly edited, 10-minute long video, topical. They're going to get way more views than I am. That's just how YouTube is, where their video would always have an engaged viewer. Every view counts. For me, most people who click on my stuff, skim through, doesn't count. So they're always going to be favored in the YouTube system. So it's going to look like they're getting tremendously more views than I am every single video. Even though, not exaggerating, we may have the same amount of people watching. My video might say I have 400 viewers and theirs might say they have 40,000, but the same amount of people actually watched. That's pretty crazy, isn't it? So anyway, the reason I'm bringing all of this up is YouTube's changing it. They're going back to the old ways. They've decided, as a result of them now pushing YouTube shorts and wanting shorts to compete with TikTok and all of that, and TikTok, any single time anyone even presses play on a video, it counts as a view. Okay? So YouTube, chasing everyone else's trends, wants to be like everybody else, and has decided, Everything counts from now on. We're going to change the system, and I forget exactly the date that they stated, but it is coming. It's coming up soon. That as this certain date, every single view will count on a video. So it doesn't matter if you click play and you watch for 1 second, that's a view. Okay? So, no exaggeration, whenever this change happens, I should see a surge in views. Now, is it going to be huge? Probably not. But for example, for a gameplay video where it shows that maybe I have like a few hundred views, it may now say, you know, a few hundred more. Okay? Am I going to make any extra money on that? No. Because the way that they calculate the revenue, which is ad revenue, based on if an ad plays, that's not going to change. So it's not going to result in any increased revenue for anyone, but all of a sudden, overnight, everyone who makes content is going to see an increase in views. Some more than others. Like I said, I might see a bigger surge than, say, someone who's making the edited video content, because they already were getting credit for all their views because their viewers were more engaged in their content. Does that make sense? But here's the kicker on this, right? What people are now saying is, well, you know what's going to happen is people are now going to try to compete for views, meaning they're going to want to be the number one YouTuber today, because it's not about the engaged view, which you can't really control. It's about just general views. So now you're going to have people who are going to be buying view botters, who are going to be having people just click, hey everyone, just click and refresh, give me views, let's blow this video up to 1 million views right now by just clicking refresh. And if they get a few thousand people to do it, they could get a million fake views on their video just by clicking refresh after, you know what I'm saying? So this could literally change the entire system of views on YouTube and make a whole system of abuse. Like people are like, well, you know, Mr. Beast is going to want to be number one again because he hasn't been. So now he's going to probably abuse this system to try to get back to number one and stuff like that. I don't know. For me, it doesn't really matter. As you guys know, I haven't cared about overall views in a very, very long time. For me, this is how it goes, okay? I have a very dedicated viewer base that love to come by and hang out with me on a regular day. It doesn't matter if I'm doing downtime content like I'm doing right now during the summer. It doesn't matter if I'm doing a podcast or a particular game. It doesn't matter what I'm doing. They're here. But then I also get an increase of attention when I'm doing something more notable. So for example, if there's a hot new release out, right, and people want to see me play that hot new release, they'll come by. And for example, oh wow, there's some interesting stuff on Pokemon Center this morning. A whole kind of merch and stuff. Not cards, but actually a bunch of fun merch. Wow, it's all fall-themed stuff. I might want to look at this later. Maybe I'll get myself a nice Gengar robe. Anyway, for example, earlier this year, Resident Evil Requiem came out. Huge AAA release. Everyone loves watching me play horror games and new Resident Evils. Viewership was sky high. The streams had more views. The overall videos had tons of extra views out of nowhere. Overnight, boom, giant view increase, okay? So this happens to me from time to time where there's ups and downs. Right now, we're at summertime, not much going on. In the fall, September, October, November, likely we're going to see a giant spike. If and when I start playing GTA 6, we're probably going to see more people, right? So that's how it always has been with me. But it doesn't really affect me that much. Most of my focus is on the streams and the success of the streams and the support I get on a stream. It's nice to get the back-end support, but I can't really control how many people watch or engage with the back-end videos. It's more about in the moment, right? So for me, it's not a big deal, but it is a nice, interesting change. I guess it's going to be kind of crazy as you see the big guys are all going to try to like cut each other's throats and try to get views, which doesn't really matter in the scheme of things. My longevity has been proven that I'm still going to be here no matter how many views or what attention I got on me, which is great. So no big deal, but I thought I would bring it up because it is a huge change. Everyone's been talking about the last few days that YouTube views are changing. So there you have it. I'm curious, you know, how much it will affect me. Like, will it actually show a big increase in views when my views stay the same? Who knows, right? Oh. This is interesting. How would I do this? This is very interesting. In order to do it, they need me to actually verify my identity with a government ID. That's really weird. I guess I'll do it later. I'm not going to do it now. I'm seeing, so here's what I'm to understand, and I could be misunderstanding it, and maybe you guys know better than me. Okay? From what I'm to understand, those gifts or jewels are only for live streams. You couldn't use it, say, on an on-demand video. And it's only for people who are like an IRL streamer, like someone who used to stream on like TikTok. Because that, again, YouTube's trying to copy TikTok. So for IRL streamers who are going around and doing that stuff, you could send them the gems and you can send them that shit during a live stream. And it's a contribution. It's the same as if you were dropping those contributions over on TikTok. And it'll accumulate and they get paid for it. So from my understanding, that's what it is. I could be wrong and misunderstanding it, but that's why I never cared about it. Because on a live stream, you guys already can do super chats, super stickers, memberships, and gifted memberships through YouTube, right? You can also do tips. So if you're a YouTube viewer, you already have many ways to contribute and support the streams. This is just another way. So it's like, it's not really a big deal. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it makes sense. But at the same time, if people are getting them for free and want to give them away, maybe I should look into it. I just clicked on it. It says in order to enable that, you have to basically confirm your identity by uploading your ID and stuff, which I'm okay doing. I don't care. But that's kind of a weird extra step just to accept that on a stream. I don't know. What is it? So people aren't scamming the system or something? I don't know. Anyway, so that's what that is. I don't really know.
What a story, Mark.
I don't know if he's going to be... He's kind of bipolar. Will he be nice to me today or will he be a jerk? I guess we'll find out. Because a lot of these are just sock accounts that I ignore. Actually turn off. He did. He's so upset with me for calling a spade yesterday that he turned off all of his badges in the chat. And he's going to apparently be pissy with me. I don't care. Just because I called you out on being an idiot giving money to scammers, you deserve it. So I hope that you enjoyed getting, destroyed yesterday, because you do deserve it. And you still stand. You have to at least support as much as you did them to me today or this week if you want to see your Desert Bus Marathon. Mwah. Keep in mind, you shouldn't even be here. You got unbanned by a mod who went rogue mod a few weeks ago. So the fact that you can even talk in chat is a grace. Okay? No, it's not that you're not allowed to support other streamers. It's that if you're retarded, I'm going to say you are, and you're going to like it. You're retarded for supporting them. You gave them hundreds of dollars. What do? They take days off and go on vacation. That's what they do with your money. They live the highlight. They don't even make content. They watch other people's content and react to it and act like that's work. It's not. It's a fucking scam, and you're the rube, okay? Someone who makes content deserves support. Someone who works hard and listens to feedback and improves for the better, tries new things. That's who should be receiving support. Not two people who abuse the mentally ill, okay? Which is exactly what they do every fucking stream. So if you're too stupid to understand that, you're the target audience, you're the rube, and I will say you are, and you'll like it. Now, if you're a man and you can take it, fine. If you can't, well, bitch off and don't come back. You were already banned, and we don't need to waste time on your ass, okay? So I'm waiting for 47 subs. Okay, goodbye, fuckface. He's gone again, and I don't ever have to see him again, thankfully. I'm so tired of that piece of shit. That guy, really. So fuck off, and you can go hang out with the dents, and we don't have to see you anymore. Okay. Thank God. Did you ask Asmongold's permission to do goals again? No. Number one, I don't have goals. I have milestones. Come on. Number two, I don't have to ask anyone's permission to do anything because I'm a fucking man and I do what I want and you like it. I'm successful and everyone loves it, so I'm just going to keep doing what I like and you're going to enjoy it. We actually did get 2 minor hits. One was like 350 and one was 450. The biggest one was Titus from Final Fantasy X. But there's full arts and there's rare cards in that set. So we have 4 different TCGs today available to open. All right. For the record, I did order another TCG. I actually ordered a box of Dragon Ball cards from this business. And I'm waiting to see how fast they are shipping and all of that, because it's the first time I've ever placed an order with them. So I'm not sure. I'm going to use this as kind of the litmus test to see, are they worth ordering from, or do they take too long? Are they not dependable? Hopefully I get an update on that today. So out of the 4 that we've got, the question is, we get support today. What are we going to do? Right? So let's find out. Let's get our first kicks that aren't from, a dented loser trying to insult me. Let's get some good, solid support today, shall we? Okay. Anytime that I get any level of success, people have to say that it's all fake. They're trying to say I faked the God Pack. Some people are saying I bought the God Pack off of eBay and claim that there's an invoice. I didn't buy it off of eBay. It came out of that box. You saw me pull it out of that box. So I didn't buy it off of eBay. So anyone who's saying that has completely faked it. Others are trying to say I individually bought the cards. Okay? I built the pack myself. I resealed the pack myself to fake a God Pack. And that's how I did it. These people are so crazy. Because again, they're so... In truth, I actually don't feel like most of them believe it. But I feel like they need content. So what they do is they literally create insane conspiracy theories knowing that their viewer bases are crazy idiots. Really mentally disturbed individuals who just want to believe nonsense because they're dumb. And so they just make it up and they know how far-fetched it is, but they don't care. They know, number one, you can't buy a God Pack. It's impossible. If you could figure out what was a God Pack ahead of time, everyone would be pulling them and selling them online for thousands of dollars. That's why you can't do it. It's a random thing. That's why it's so rare to do, or else the resellers would be doing it. You can't do that. You can't sell a God Pack. It's impossible. That's number one. Number two, how on earth would I buy all of those cards individually and reseal it? Like, what are you talking about? Like, again, they know how far-fetched it is. They know it's crazy. They don't care. They actually want to push the narrative for content. That's it. That's all it is. So, for me, the God Pack is an epic thing that I can always... bring up moving forward, saying, oh my goodness, I can't believe how lucky I was. That's kind of a once-in-a-lifetime thing. I likely will never get another God Pack, to be honest with you. I probably won't ever get a God Pack again. I bet that's probably the one and done for me. Unless I get super lucky again. It's because it's not even every set that has God Packs, you know what I'm saying? But for these people, it's just crazy. All right, so anyway. Yeah, hilarious.
What a story, Mark.
Do I think they're jealous of me? Number one, it's apparent they're jealous of me. Not that they don't want to be derided and made fun of like I do, like I get made fun of, but they want my success. Like they want the God Pack. They're mad that I got it. They wish they got it. So that's what upsets them so much. Oh, why does he have to get all the success? Why does he get all of the luck and not me? Right? Now, keep in mind, you could be going out and doing things for yourself to make yourself successful, but instead of doing that, you sit here angry at me. Well, that's your defect, because that's exactly what it is. It's a defective action. You could be working constructively towards your own success in life, but instead you sit there miserable, angry at others. It's because you're stupid. If you had intelligence, you would go work on it, but what can I say? You're dumb. He really wants me to watch an AI clip. Okay, I need to explain something. I used to do reacting. I used to do a react show that was based all around it. People actually would either become a member or contribute to suggest clips for me to react to and stuff like that. Now with the dawn of AI, there's more of these kinds of clips than ever before, right? For me, the reason I don't want to do it is because it's a slippery slope. If I say, oh, sure, you made a clip, let's watch it. That will literally become my entire morning show every day. Here's another AI clip. Here's another AI clip. Here's another AI clip. Here's another AI clip. Just watch all these AI slop clips. And then I basically become LTG because that's all he fucking does, right? He says, how many push-ups can you do in a row? Honestly, I don't know, because since I got the weight machine, I haven't done any push-ups. I did increase my bench press capacity. Another weight level. But I'm trying to remember what it said it was. I can't remember. I'm up to 8 plates, but the plates aren't 10. They're like 15. Or are they 13? I don't even know. I have to look it up. I have a chart on the wall. But I don't know how many push-ups I can do because I haven't done them. I'm just using the weight machine now. What was for breakfast? The same thing I have every day. A Jimmy Dean's Delights sandwich, which is the multi-grain English muffin, egg whites, and a turkey sausage. I take the piece of cheese off because I don't like it. It's shitty American cheese. I throw it out. And so I had that with blueberries and a black coffee. That was my breakfast. Yes, I definitely prefer cheddar to American cheese, 100%. American cheese only goes good on a few different things. You know, on a classic burger, you know, it's all right. But I much prefer cheddar cheese to American cheese. Are you serious? That's your question? To unban someone? What a lame question. I thought you were going to ask something interesting or something risque. Instead, you asked me to unban someone? Ugh. A lot of these, I'm not sure how readily available they are or how these businesses work. There's a couple businesses online that sell cards, but it's not clear how long they take to process your order, how quickly the cards come. You know, I'm hoping for the best. Like, I've ordered this box of Dragon Ball cards, and I'm curious to see how this business performs. If they do well and they ship, say, today or tomorrow, and I get it within a few days, I'll be like, oh, I can trust them, and now we can order more from them. But there's a strong chance that maybe they're going to be slow-bo. And if they're slow-bo, well, then I probably don't want to use them for other stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. As for, you know, the places that I was buying from, pretty much I've exhausted all resources of what you can get. Like, basically, I can get any of the more recent boxes that came out this year, but we've already done them all. And I can get Surging Sparks, and I can get maybe one or two other boxes, but a lot of them are way overpriced. Like, I'll give you an example. I can get a box of Pokemon Scarlet Violet base set, meaning this was the first set of Scarlet Violet cards that ever came out. It was a few years ago, okay? But they're overpriced. If you look at the value of the cards, like the hits you can get in the box, the biggest hit is like $80, okay? So how much does the box cost? Oh, $400+. Why does the box of cards cost $400 when the biggest hit is $80? You would never actually have a profitable box. You know what I'm saying? And it actually drives me nuts. Like, why are they so overpriced? These resellers, they're not even selling in scale. Does that make sense? Like, they know, the box is older, so it's just more expensive. But the value's not there. There's no way you could actually have even if I got all the hits, I probably wouldn't make $400. So why would I pay that for the box? Okay? So there's maybe one or two more boxes that I could get that maybe we haven't seen before, but then we're pretty much out of it with the Pokemon stuff. Now, there is some exceptions. I'll give you some examples. We could do Japanese cards, but when I tried it, everyone complained, yet the Japanese cards led to us getting the God Pack. You know what I'm saying? So Japanese cards are good. They look good. They're more readily available. Tons of Japanese sets are available, ones that we've never seen before. But people would actually have to be okay with me getting the Japanese boxes. Otherwise, we're going to run out of available Pokemon cards, right? Well, like I said, so for example, what's available right now? Mega Evolution, Chaos Rising, Perfect Order, Phantasmal Flames, Pitch Black, okay, all the ones from this year, those are the ones that are readily available right now. We've done them all. We've literally opened a box of all of those, if not multiple boxes of all of them, okay? What else is available? Surging Sparks. I'm not kidding. For some reason, there seems to be a plethora of Surging Sparks boxes. I don't know why, but they're just readily available everywhere. But I don't want to just keep pulling Surging Sparks endlessly. I don't think that's going to be very fun. Okay? There's one or two other boxes that I could possibly get from the past. Like I said, maybe a Scarlet Violet base box, but there's really almost no value in the box. And like I said, there's maybe one other box I'm trying to get. There is a box I'm eyeballing of Sword and Shield, but like I said, I want to test out these businesses first to see if they're reliable before I dump an insane amount of money. I'm not going to spend hundreds of dollars and then wait 4 weeks for a box to show up, right? So, yeah, what I would say is let's see what happens, but we're about to finish with Pokemon. We're going to have One Piece. We're going to have Final Fantasy. We're going to have Yu-Gi-Oh! And supposedly I have Dragon Ball coming. Let's focus on those next. And in the meantime, I'll keep my eye on what I can get Pokemon, and we'll go from there. It may have to be Japanese, because if not, then we're going to be doing the same cards endlessly. It's going to be boring. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what else to tell you. Okay. Duty subs fight me over punctuation and spelling. Okay. I don't care. I don't care about duty and duty subs or any of that shit. I don't know why you're even bringing it up. I don't care. Why are you guys understand something? You tagging me and saying, can you unban this guy? Can you unban this guy? Can you unban this guy? No. No. I'm not just going to sit here and just endlessly unban people because you're asking me in Kick Chat. You can just stop right now. Okay. I have 3 booster bundles of the 30th anniversary collection on pre-order from Pokemon Center. Supposedly they're not going to ship until October though, like early October. So I'm not really going to get them right away. I didn't get anything else, you know. There hasn't been anything available on Pokemon Center since. And I've tried, like I tried the Target drop, didn't work. The website literally didn't work at all. You tried to click add to cart and it would just not even work. The button didn't even function. So you couldn't buy anything during that drop. I heard there's other drops coming. You know, Best Buy might have them. Walmart might have them. If and when those happen, I'll try to keep my ear to the ground and see when those are going to go down and see if I can get in on them. But it's just not looking good. It looks like 30th anniversary is going to be the absolute hardest cards or toughest cards ever to get. And I'm even lucky that I'm going to get the 3 booster bundles, which is what, 180 cards, because each one's 60 cards. Yeah, it's 6 packs each. Then again, I heard that they're doing it differently, that these packs don't have as many cards in them. So I don't even know what I'm getting or if I'm going to get anything good. And it seems like it's going to be a reseller's paradise, where all the resellers already bought up the product, and then it's all going to be available for like exorbitantly high prices. It's going to be insane. Do I have a favorite DC superhero or villain? Not really. I never really read DC comics. The only DC comics I ever read were the Superman Returns run, where Superman died and then 4 fake Supermen came back. So that's the run that I saw or read. I never really collected DC comics back in the day. Now, if you're saying just in general, who would be my favorite DC hero? Probably Batman, because I used to watch the Batman animated series and I loved it. Is any excitement for Avengers Doomsday? Well, yes and no. Like, I feel like the Marvel films lost their luster right after Endgame, right? I feel like that after Infinity War Endgame, that was the end of it, because their whole generation of 5, 6, 7 years there was all garbage. Like, I didn't watch any of it. I literally haven't seen a Marvel movie since Endgame. I never watched another one. In fact, the only Marvel property that I even saw was WandaVision. That was it. And then I got rid of Disney Plus and never watched anything ever again. If Avengers gets back on track with this new Avengers movie, that would be amazing. But who knows? Plus, there's insane amount of leaks online. Now, no one knows if the leaks are real. But if the leaks are real, like, I think it'll still do massive money because it's all the characters everyone likes coming back. But the plot sounds terrible. What's happened is they're basing the Marvel movies off of the comics. So if you're a fan of the comics, you already know what happened. You already know about the Doctor Doom plot line, how he basically took over the multiverse, how he created his own Battle World universe. And if that's what they're doing in the movies, I don't really care for it. Now's a perfect time to talk about this because you're asking. I saw Obsession. I forgot all about it to talk about it. I saw the movie Obsession. Yes, I did. So I'm sure you want to know my thoughts, right? I'm not playing Mortal Shell 2, no. Oh, no? No one wants my thoughts. Okay, never mind. Forget it. Everyone says, nope, we don't want your thoughts. Okay, forget it. Well, one person is asking me how was Obsession. No one else does. Everyone said, forget it, we don't want to know. Yeah, I know. So Obsession is a crazy story because it's a movie made by a YouTuber, okay? And the guy had no budget. It's like a tiny budget film. And when it released, people loved the movie so much by word of mouth, it blew up, and then it started exploding in theaters. and then it started making an insane amount of money, and now it's one of the most profitable movies of all time because of the tiny budget. You know, it actually did good box office and had no budget, so because of that, it has made insane amounts of profit. As a result, everyone is seeking out the people involved with the movie to do other movies. Like, everyone wants that guy to direct more movies. The actress who played the main character in the movie has now been cast as Rogue in the new X-Men movie universe. It's just pretty crazy to think how fast that blew up. You know what I'm saying? So, all right. So my thoughts on the movie. All right. I think it's good for what it is. I think I actually enjoyed the filmmaking aspect of it, like the quality of the shots, the quality of the sets, the quality of the makeup, the quality of the filmmaking aspect of it, more than the actual story. That's what the acting I actually liked too. I just didn't like the story, and sadly, that's why I don't like the movie. It has nothing to do with anyone involved. I just thought the story was weak, honestly. Like, if in a movie like that, what I want is some kind of a creepy elaboration on why everything is happening. Okay, so for example, for those who don't know, I'm not going to spoil the whole movie. The plot is that this guy has a crush on a girl, and the girl is very friendly with him. They're like good friends, but he has no idea if she really likes him or not. And he keeps basically pussying out whenever he has a chance to really tell her how he feels. So he goes into a stupid shop, okay, to get like a ring or something. I forget what it is she lost, a necklace or something she had lost, and he wanted to be nice and replace it for her. So he goes to this shop to get it's a crystal necklace, something like that. And basically, when he's there, he sees this box thing that's like, what do they call it? The willow whistle. I don't even know what it's called. The branch of a willow or something. Oh, wish willow. That's what it's called. And all it's supposed to be is you snap it and you make a wish, and the wish is supposed to come true. Now, obviously, it's bullshit. $6.99, $7. You really think your wish comes true for $7? Of course not, right? But then he actually later on uses it, and basically his wish is, well, I don't even want to spoil that. But let's just say, because of his wish, this girl, who previously he had no idea if she really liked him or not, now is completely infatuated with him, i.e. obsession. But it's not just a normal level, it's like 2 crazy levels, and all kinds of crazy, insane stuff ensues, all right? But here's the thing for me. Why overall I thought that the movie was weak was there's no real valid explanation or elaboration on the wish willow. Like, that's to me the more important part. Like, when I'm watching The Ring, okay, yes, I'm obviously interested in the fact that this ghost is coming and killing people, but I also want to know why. I want the backstory. And when you watch The Ring, you get the backstory. They tell you all about the girl and how she was abused and psychic powers and all this stuff. Oh, okay. Now that's creepy and that makes sense. In this movie, they don't ever really bother with that. They're just like, oh, it just happened. Oh, okay, why? Can you explain? And when the attempts that they should do, and again, I'm not going to spoil, the attempts that they do try to make are almost like jokes. I don't like that. If you actually want me to be scared at a movie, right? If you want me to be scared at a movie, you have to give me a reason. When I saw The Ring, I was scared because that was, okay, maybe there is a girl who has psychic powers, and then she's completely mistreated and maybe even murdered, and then she becomes a ghost and comes back to get you, right? That is a good enough explanation for me. Now I'm scared. In this movie, they didn't care. They were just like, well, here's actually what's going down, and that's scary. Well, yeah, that is, but why is it happening? Give me a valid explanation. And they never bother with that. And that's actually why I didn't like it. If they had given 5 minutes to explain the wish willow and how it works and why it works and where it came from or why they're selling it for $7 at a store, then maybe it's a malicious thing. Maybe it's the devil, and the devil thought that humans are very stupid, right? And they're very, very covetous, and they're very greedy. So maybe if I just sell a wish willow at the store for $7, they don't realize it, but they're making a pact with the devil when they break it. So they get what they want, but then it's probably not what they want. It's kind of like a monkey's paw deal. But now you're cursed to go to hell or something because you broke the wish willow, right? Then I'd be like, oh, that's actually kind of an interesting twist. I like that. Instead, they just didn't bother. And like I said, again, I don't want to spoil, but there's a couple times in the movie where there is like, oh, I got to figure out how do I undo the wish or whatever, but there's no valid attempt at explaining it or where it comes from. In fact, again, it's kind of treated as almost like a joke. And I don't want a joke explanation in a horror movie. I want it to be taken serious. It's hard to take the movie seriously when some of it is treated so loosely and so nonchalantly. And then on top of that, there's really horrible things that happen in the movie. So it's kind of like this weird contrast. Am I supposed to be laughing? Or am I supposed to be terrified and horrified at the shocking things that I'm seeing? And to me, it kind of killed the tone of the movie. Like, I wish that the movie had been all... If it was going to be joking, you could do that. Look at Evil Dead 2. That's a movie that's supposed to be horror, but let's be honest, it's comedy too. And it's a fun... Okay, now I know, don't take the movie too seriously. We're going to have a wild ride and a lot of fun with the horror. But this movie, at some points, is funny, and at other points, it's terrifying, but it doesn't ever level out to a level that makes sense. Does that make sense? So, I appreciated the actual cinematography. Like, I actually thought a lot of the shots were really amazingly done for this budget. I thought the acting was actually well done as well. So I respect everyone who made the movie and was involved, but the plot fell flat for me. I want the plot to be better than that, okay? Also, I'm just going to say this right now. The male lead was miscast, and the reason is he has the face for the role, but not the body. This guy was supposed to be a dweeb. Like, that was the character. He's like a dweeb. He's a guy who, you know, a girl probably wouldn't ever like. And that's why he's really friends with this girl, but he's friend-zoned, and he doesn't know if he can ever go past the friend zone, right? But his body in the shot, if you actually look at certain shots, he's actually buff. Like, his arms are much bigger than mine. Like, the guy actually is buff. But his face is kind of dweeby. So I guess they cast him based off his face rather than his body. And there were certain shots where he's, like, walking, and his arm is, like, big. I'm like, this is supposed to be, like, a dweeby kid that no girl would like. Why did they cast this guy? It didn't make sense. You know? There's some really messed up stuff in the movie, too. That's just not funny. It's actually insanely disturbing. And it doesn't match the tone of the moments where they're making light of stuff. Does that make sense? Like, there's some parts of the movie where it's actually meant to, like, be funny. I'm like, but why are you trying to be funny when something horrendous just happened, and then all of a sudden something else horrendous happens? The tone is weird. I would prefer a movie where you can know that tone is supposed to be the movie, so you can enjoy it for what it is. Will I be upset when the card craze is over? No. Why would I be upset when the card craze is over? Inevitably, it's going to end. Like I said, I've already lived through the comic book and collectibles craze of the early 1990s. And then around mid to late 90s, that whole thing crashed. All that stuff basically became of no value. That's going to happen again. It's going to happen again for sure. Oh, you mean in terms of my viewers getting bored of the packs? That's going to happen inevitably too. What may happen is, eventually, the card stuff becomes its own content line, where I still do some card stuff, but I break it apart from the gaming videos and stuff like that, and it becomes its own stuff to the side, and maybe I do a show or two based around it, but that's the focus, is just the card stuff and nothing else. And so we'll have an audience for that too. And inevitably that may fail too. You know, the reacting stuff, I tried that and I did it for 2 years, and then it phased and fizzled out. You never know. But hey, whatever. I go with the flow now. It's not like it used to be where I'm all set in my ways and stubborn. I go with the flow. I try things that you guys recommend. I'm willing to go different places with content, try different things. So let's see what happens. Right now, the card stuff is still going pretty good. You have a bullying fetish. Why ask LTG to mock you? Are you in a parallel universe? Are you speaking to me from the multiverse? What are you talking about? Who's talking about LTG? No one's talking about LTG around here but you. What a weirdo. It sure would be great to get some support head start to hit milestones and do card openings. So again, if you like the content, if you've enjoyed the morning show, please support the stream. All right, anything appreciated right now. A super chat, a sub, you know, some kicks, a tip, anything. Like I said, as you know, The milestones are based starting at $100 of support, or if someone does a $50 contribution, that is a instant pack, okay? Is you always this condescending to your donators, I'm out. What are you talking about? The last few donators, let's see. Simon Uno Dos, I shouted out. Huge McLarge Man brought up LTG, and I said, why are you bringing him up? I don't know what you're talking about. And I said, why are you bringing up Duty? Because I don't want to talk about a detractor in my content. I joked about carrying the weight machine. Oh, you know what it is? Because you're mad because I don't want to watch the AI clip. Well, I'm sorry to tell you. Again, I'm not going to drop everything and watch AI videos that people suggest. That's not what I do. All right? Sorry. If you're upset about that I'm not dropping everything because you did a super chat and you want me to watch a video, I'm not going to do it. Okay? When will Disney cards come back? So, there's a problem with the Disney cards right now. Okay? Here's the problem. Disney cards, they're called Lorcana. They're in a state of flux. Okay? The box that I got was from like a year or two ago. That was, what was it called? The Return of Jafar, Rise of Jafar, Reign of Jafar. That's what it was called, right? As you guys saw, there were no hits in the box. Zero. Like, actually zero hits. The hits were $2 cards. The most valuable cards were normal play cards that were like $6, $7. That was the whole box. Not very exciting, right? When you get any box, you at least want to get a few hits. That's some of the fun of it. Yes, seeing the set of cards is fun, but those boxes of Lorcana are expensive. Those aren't even cheap. Those are like hundreds of dollars, okay? Lorcana redid their sets. The last two boxes that they sold, they added all of the Pixar characters. So think the Toy Story characters, Monsters, Inc., stuff like that. That's cool. They also added in new levels of rare hit cards so that they're more often now. Like when you buy a box, you're pretty much guaranteed to get a hit or two in a box now. The problem is those boxes now have oversold to the point where you can't get them. When you find them, they're very expensive and they sell out right away. Like, I was thinking about getting an Attack of the Vine. That's the latest set that they had. It's called Attack of the Vine. It's all based off of, like, plants and thorns and stuff growing. I literally waited one day, and I went to buy it, and it was sold out already. And I was like, I waited one day since it was listed, and it was already gone. So they're monstrously in demand. I wouldn't be opposed to getting more Disney Lorcana cards, but they need to be more readily available. Like, I'm not even kidding. Right now, I'll check. Okay? So right now, the only ones that are readily available for purchase that I could buy and get within a reasonable amount of time, let's say a few days, would be the old boxes where there's just no guaranteed hits. Arcasia Island. I don't know who the hell Arcasia is. It says, I'm ugly, but you chopped my boy. I don't know what that means. If you're saying that I'm ugly, I agree with you. You or Cat like designer goods. I bought my first LV bag yesterday. I'm assuming that's probably Louis Vuitton. Cost me under $5,000. No. We own zero designer goods in this house. Zero. Nothing is designer. Nothing is paid for solely to say that, oh, look at this luxury that we own, this luxury brand, and how lavish, and, you know, no, we don't have any of that shit. Would I ever shave my beard? You mean entirely? Shave it off? No, I think that my wife, first of all, likes it. She likes this. I asked her, should I grow it out? She said no. I said, should I shave it completely? She said no. So I'm going to keep what my wife likes, and she likes having the goatee. Now, if you noticed, recently I grew it out more because I used to keep it really, really short. And I decided what would happen if I grow it out more, maybe it'll look better. I think it does. I don't know what you guys think, but I actually think it looks better longer. Right? I do think it looks better. It looks better longer like this. So I'm probably going to keep it a little longer length than I had before, because before it was really, really, really close. I think now you can see it a little better too, because people used to always say, oh, it looks blotchy. Well, it's blotchy because it's gray. You can see most of it's white or gray. But grown out, it looks a little better. It looks a little thicker, right? So I'll probably keep it like that. But as for shaving it entirely, no, I don't think I'm going to do that. You have a serious TCG collection now. Do you consider yourself a beginner? You shouldn't. You're a heavy hitter. I mean, the reason the reason that I'm a heavy hitter is simply because I've turned the collecting into my work as well. Correct? Like, it's content. So because it's content, I'm able to invest a lot in it because I'm getting a lot out of it. Does that make sense? If this weren't content, I wouldn't be able to invest nearly as much as I have in it, and I wouldn't have a wall of fame. I never would have been buying Japanese packs where I get a god pack. You know what I'm saying? If I were just a personal collector, I probably wouldn't have nearly as much stuff. So that's why I was able to jump into it the way that I was. I still consider myself a beginner. Like, in 3 months, I've absorbed an incredible amount of knowledge about TCG stuff, and I'm happy for that. But I don't consider myself any kind of a pro at it or anything like that, you know? I purposefully overspent to get a box that has guaranteed hit cards in it. That's kind of, you know, please support. Right now, we're like 30-something bucks. Let's get some more. Let's get some subs on Kick. Let's get some kicks on Kick. Right now, we got nothing. All right? Let's get some super chats. Let's get a tip bigger than $3. Let's get some momentum going. Thank you, guys. Okay.
Baby, why you gotta be nasty?
I need banana, tasty banana.